Hello heroes, and welcome back to the guild. Today we're diving into the lifeline of any great dungeon or raid, the healers. In this tier list, we're going to break down all the Conquest of Azeroth healing classes, ranking them from S tier lifesavers to the ones still trying to find their rhythm. Whether you're looking for the best support, or you just want to know who really shines in the healer role, this guide has you covered. Let's heal it up, heroes. Let's start with probably the best healers running right now, and that's Cultist. Cultist is arguably S tier healing right now. They are turning the meta on its head and just absolutely dominating the healing. Whether that's in dungeons or even in PvP, they are absolutely phenomenal right now. I don't know what buffs they really got, but it is fantastic. We're seeing lots of these guys out there in dungeons. Every single time we go in, it's almost impossible to find another healer right now besides the Cultist. The next one I want to put on here, this one's a little controversial, but I really think that it is still in the meta right now, and that is going to be Venommancer. Venommancer healing, when done right, your tank will never ever have to worry about whether or not they're taking damage. They are just going to be going. Again, just like we talked about with the tank video though, make sure the tank and the healer are communicating so that you guys know if they can pull a lot or pull a little, and that way the healer knows, hey, he's going to do a big pull, let me hit him with a bunch of hots, and then he can pull a bunch of stuff, stand still, and then I can hit him with some of my bigger stuff. Next is going to be the Pyromancer. Pyromancers are pretty darn good. I actually put them in A tier personally. I've run with quite a few of the healer Pyromancers. I've played the healer Pyromancer. Once you understand the rotation and mechanics of it, this thing is a phenomenal healer. It's just one of those builds that's super fun to see fire going everywhere, and your allies are staying healed up from it. So it's great class there. Next, we're gonna go to Starcaller. Starcaller is a B tier. I've played the healer. I've played with healers that are Starcallers. When we have big pulls, even with communication, it seems that it struggles a little bit. But once it can catch back up, nobody's going down. Sun Cleric. Sun Cleric for me is an A tier healer. This has mass AoE. It has super hard hitting single target. It has bubbles to keep people from taking damage. It uses a rage and mana mechanic, which means that it is capable of constantly healing even if it's out of one resource or the other. It's just an insane healer. Plus, you get your Eclipse, I think is what the effect is called. I don't remember off the top of my head right this second. But you have a mechanic where you pop it and your heals do bonus effects. It's amazing. It's a great healer. It just, for me, it's a high A, but I just can't seem to get it to be that S tier because it still struggles with big pulls, even with all of the mechanics that it has. Next, I want to go down to Tinkerer. This one might make people a little mad. For me, Tinker is a C class healer. It is your backup healer in raids. It is not your main healer. It does okay in 5-man normal dungeons, but it seems to have a struggle bus if it's a big pull or you're in a raid. It's not your main tank healer. It is your sub healer at best in raids. It has some pretty cool mechanics to it. You're shooting a gun to heal people, which is a weird concept. You get a turret that can heal people. It doesn't feel good though. It seems very clunky as a healer in my opinion. Next, I want to go to Primalist. Primalist is another one that I'm going to be putting in the C tier, guys. And there's a reason for this, okay? Don't get me wrong, Primalists are good healers. If they had a little bit more range, they would easily be a B tier healer. But the fact that they are a melee healer that needs to be close range to heal everybody, they have like one long range heal from what I've seen. So if you get too far away from that healer and you take a big hit, there's a high probability you're going down because they can't get to you fast enough while doing damage to heal you. Outside of that, they are, again, they're in raids. They would be a good sub healer. If they're staying next to a tank, they could be a dominating main tank healer if they just stand there next to the tank and that is their only focus. So if it's a main tank healer in raids, these guys are going to be S tier because they just have to stand there and heal one guy. It's great. Next is going to be our Chronomancer. The Chronomancer arguably is a high B tier, low A tier. I'm going to put him in B tier for this. And I think it's because they just struggle on big pulls. I have yet seen a Chronomancer, and I definitely couldn't pull it off as a Chronomancer. If it's a big pull of like 5 to 10 enemies at one time, they seem to struggle keeping everybody up that's taking damage. So that's why I put them in B tier. But they are still capable of doing it. I've yet seen anybody go down from a Chronomancer. Unlike the Primalist or the Tinker on the same pulls, they're going to lose somebody. Next is going to be the Blood Mage. Blood Mage for me is easily a low S tier, high A tier. So I'm going to put them in A tier for this. They have mass AoEs just like the Sun Cleric. They have lots and lots of abilities to heal while doing damage to targets as well. It's crazy. Their DPS is low, but they are a high healer. Good AoE healer. In raids, they're going to be your raid healer and not your main tank healer. But outside of that, they are fantastic healers. So just keep that in mind. Great healers there. Last but not least on here is going to be the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctors are an A tier healer. I have seen these guys dominate in healing. Now, I have not seen them in raids yet, but I have seen them in heroic dungeons. They seem to be okay at 5-man groups. They struggle a little bit on big pulls in heroic, but in 5-man normals, these guys are dominating as healers. I put them in A tier because, again, I've seen them struggle in heroics, and I don't know how they perform in raids. So if you guys have played them in a raid, let me know in the comment section down below. Because, again, in 5-man heroics, I've seen them struggle a little bit. But that right there is going to be all 10 healer classes that are available in Conquest of Azeroth. So if you're looking for at least my point of view in what a great healer is going to be, you can't go wrong with the Cultist. You can't go wrong with a Venommancer. Though I can tell you right now, Cultist is going to be the new meta because it outputs in DPS compared to the Venommancer. It outputs in healing compared to the Venommancer. It just has a way better kit. So that's where people are at right now. This may shift a little bit as time goes on before the server goes live. The server did get pushed back to Q3 instead of end of Q2. So we're now looking at another month or more before we even have access to the live server. But all I know is that when it does go live, it's going to be in the best possible condition that we can get it in. If you guys have a different opinion on where healers should be, leave that in the comment section down below. I look forward to hearing from you, heroes. Peace out, guildies.